Hey guys, welcome back. It's your brother in Christ, Weston. Thanks for joining me today. So we're going to be talking about Galatians, talking about why we do not return to the law for our justification to be justified in Christ, to be saved in Christ, meaning that if we appear before God, the gavel comes down just like in a court and says, you are innocent. And you know what I'll say? And Jesus would say he's innocent because he believes on me. If somebody who's not innocent, they would say, well, Lord, didn't we do? We've already talked about this. This is so easy. People that have massive followings completely miss this. It's a guarantee. There's nobody, not a single person on this app, 1000%, that can debate and or argue with me or with the scriptures that talk about that it's only by faith in Christ alone to be justified. It's not faith plus works. It's not faith plus anything. It's faith alone in Christ saves you. This is what the apostles believed. This is what Jesus taught the apostles. It's just so weird to think that Jesus taught the apostles this, Peter, James, and John, and the 12, and then somehow they write books afterwards, and now they're saying, no, it's by works. So then who's the liar? Is it the apostles or is it Jesus? It has to be Jesus because that's where they learned it from, and they're believing on Jesus, right? Do you see the implications of what that's being said? And somehow people don't even think about that. That means God the Son is lying. But then God the Son is lying because God the Father sent God the Son down to the earth, right? And so God the Son comes and does the work. And now who else is lying? God the Father is lying. It's unreal how people completely miss this, and they don't even, God is not a liar. He's not like man that he can lie. He doesn't need to lie. There's no reason. There's all truth is found in him. So let's read. It says here, now when Peter had come to Antioch, I withstood him to his face. That's Paul, because he was to blame. This is verse 11. For before certain men came to James, he would eat with Gentiles. But when they came, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing those of the circumcision. So he's saying when Jews came with James, because James is a Jew, he said that he would leave the Gentiles and play the hypocrite. He says it right there. And the rest of the Jews also played the hypocrite with him because they didn't want to eat with the Gentiles, right? Because they're two different cultures, two different groups, two different belief systems, right? Coming in as one. So even that Barnabas was carried away with their hypocrisy. This is what Paul says. Who's the Pharisee of Pharisees, the Hebrew of Hebrews. And Peter is supposed to be a pillar in the church. It says here, but when I saw that they were not straightforward about the truth of the gospel, somebody's lying. He says, and I said to Peter before them all, if you being a Jew live in the manner of Gentiles and not as Jews, why do you compel Gentiles to live as Jews? You're playing a hypocrite. You're a Jew, but you're hanging out with Gentiles. And then it says you're living in the manner as a Gentile, but then you're holding Gentiles to a standard that you can't even hold yourself to. What? Why do you compel Gentiles to live as Jews, who are Jews by nature? I'm not a Jew by nature. I'm a sinner by nature, a Gentile. Knowing that a man is not justified by works of the law, the Mosaic law, but by faith in Christ Jesus. How easy is that? They all learned that from Jesus. Then he says, even we have believed in Christ Jesus that we might be justified by faith in Christ and not of the works of the law. For the works of the law, no flesh will be justified.